Welcome to Ecom Cowboy. This is D2C's daily show where we believe ads are not bad. Ignorance is expensive and the American dream is alive and well on the wild west of the internet today. It is Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. Happy Cinco de Mayo to all who celebrate. We're coming to you live and in living color from an undisclosed location in the beautiful Central Texas hills. We're brought to you by Incense Seguno, Postscript, Rocked, After Sale, and Axon by App Lovin'. And we have got a jam-packed show for you today, my friends. Shopify Q1 earnings are out. Shopify absolutely crushes again. Operators are celebrating. For some reason, the stock seems to be on the downward trend. I think that if anybody talks to somebody who actually works in e-commerce, they know the stock belongs up and to the right. We have Parker, who has ceased operations as of yesterday. Can brands actually get their money back? That is the question. We're going to be diving into it. David Protein is named Time Magazine's one of their top 100 most influential companies in 2026. They have made the protein bar sexy and cool again. We're going to be joined by Jack Kavanagh, the happiest man in e-commerce. Turns out he's got like a bazillion brands that he has founded and some interesting things happening among them. We're also going to be joined by James Borow, general manager of Universal Ads. And I think this guy has some of the best news on the internet for all of our beloved media buyers and advertisers and brands and agencies. You got to hear it. It's going to be landscape changing. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Colin Doherty. Colin, get inside this show. Get in here. Get in here.
Let's go.
Let's go. Very exciting things happening on the timeline today. Harley dropped a very hyped pump video that I think has everybody raving about where Shopify has come and where things are going next. We need to get into it, review this tweet. We may even watch the thing because there's a lot to unpack here. Harley had this to say this morning. Harley Finkelstein, president of Shopify. Shopify just reported on Q1. The numbers speak for themselves. 101 billion in merchant sales. Second consecutive quarter over 100 Bs, up 35% year over year. Are you not bullish, Colin Doherty? Up 35% year over year. It's like kind of bananas, is it not?
That's banana sandwich.
3.2 billion in revenue, up 34% year over year, 476 million free cash flow, 15% margin. That's what a clear strategy, well executed, looks like for Q2 and beyond. Here's what really matters. AI will accelerate entrepreneurship more than any other job. Totally believe that. He followed up in the comments and had this to say. Here's what drives it. 20 years of commerce data powering a platform at the forefront of AI. Sidekick usage up 4x year over year. Our AI assistant is being used every day to help merchants sell more and operate smarter. I'm a user. I am a proponent. Merchants are selling inside ChatGPT, Copilot, and Google. Orders from AI searches are up 13x year over year. Iconic brands across fashion, luxury, and retail all joined this quarter. That is the case. The biggest of the biggest boys, legacy brands and companies that we all know and love, joining Shopify in droves. Colin, before we get into comments, responds, reactions, etc., what are your thoughts on this?
Always bullish on Shopify. I mean, it's just unbelievable the amount of things that they're shipping right now. And I have no clue the response that the market is taking. It's, the Shopify stock has taken a bit of a dip. But if you are bullish on Shopify like I am, that is a signal to everybody that you're basically buying this thing at a discount right now. It is on sale right now because it is just going to keep going up and to the right. And I would never, ever bet against the Shopify team because it is so unbelievable what they're doing for merchants and the incredible merchants that are on the platform now and all the incredible merchants they're going to get all the rest of this year. They're not done. They just keep growing and growing and growing and doing all of the right partnerships, all of the right AI integration. You just got to keep trusting them. Toby's shipping personally as much as he's ever had in his life. And if that doesn't fire you up as a founder and as a user and as a customer, I don't know what will.
I'm interested to see what comes out in the spring editions. Every quarter they release like a flurry of 100 new iterations and capabilities on the platform. I think what's interesting is that they have developed a unique ability to serve both the highest end of the spectrum when it comes to e-commerce and continually arm the rebels. Those should not go together. They should not. But they have, and they continue to do that. Example, rolling out B2B for everybody. Pretty bananas. Number two, their Sidekick, which in my personal experience only grows ever more useful. All of the stuff they have been doing on the agentic side to pave the way with all of the other biggest tech companies in our space, the Amazons, the Walmarts, the chats, the et cetera, to carve a path for agentic commerce to work in a unified way across the internet. They continue to serve both ends of the spectrum and everybody in between. To me, that fact and these numbers say this is only the place to be ever and always, and we're going to continue to go up and to the right. What I don't understand is why does the stock take a dip? You have any read on this? As an operator, I'm not viewing this as a stockholder. I'm viewing this as an operator, somebody who's in e-commerce. To whom shall we go? Where else would I take my business? There's no other place for D2C in my estimation than Shopify if you're going to have a website on the internet. I don't understand why the stock would go down at all. Your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. And in the year of 2026, there's no other place that you should be having your e-commerce website other than Shopify right now, just for the fact that it is exactly what you said. It facilitates the very small brands, the guy that's just getting started out of his garage, how I was starting. I was starting out of my roommate's attic.
Nice.
Roommate's attic with no air conditioning in the hot Charleston summers.
Take it.
Sweating, the most amount of sweat you could possibly see on a human being every single day. And then you also scale up and can service the Stevens of Cuts of the world. You can service the Chad Gruns of the world.
The Victoria's Secrets of the world.
The Victoria's Secrets of the world. Both of those people live in the same camp, and those people can actually now help each other because they're on the same platform and they understand the language, the universal language that is Shopify.
Why is the stock going down?
Stock's going down because they just missed on one of the markers, which was OPEX. But, you can't.
Super lame. Super lame.
It is super lame. Earnings are a finicky bet with earnings season. And when you try to play the game of trying to bet on earnings and all of these things, but just missing one marker is kind of lame.
Not into it.
Like I said before, if you are bullish on Shopify for the long
It's on
term,
discount.
it's on discount right now, and it's a phenomenal team.
I think anybody that's in the investment world, regardless of missing a singular number, I think what they need to do is just talk to people who are actually in e-commerce.
Yeah.
I think that would clear things up, because actual operators who are in this space, they know who is buttering their bread, so to speak, and who is paving the way for what they want to do on the interwebs. In every way, all day, in ways that we honestly couldn't have imagined 12 months ago. And so I think the investment world needs to have a little convo. They need to get on D2CX, and they need to see what's happening on the timeline and see what's happening on Harley's comments here. This first comment comes to us from Dennis Hegstead, OG in D2C, crushing it per usual. Absolutely. Per the usual. Matt Bertulli, 9 operators, OG, so damn impressive, according to Matthew. Absolutely. Matt Epstein, who's always going viral for everything software in our space. Let's go, Harley. Absolutely. I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting anything negative from people who are actually in the space and are winning and crushing and working with the biggest and brightest and fastest going brands in our space. Sean Frank had this to say, who may or may not be on the show very soon. Can neither confirm nor deny. Sean Frank has this to say, and I totally agree with him. We are living in an e-com renaissance. We absolutely are. We absolutely are living in an e-com renaissance. You cannot look at what's happening with Shopify and the capabilities that are they're continually rolling out, both for the one-man brand and the $1 trillion brand. You cannot look at this and not realize, like, this is the best time to be in e-commerce. It's the best time to be selling widgets on the interwebs. And I'm bullish. I'm long Shopify, baby. I think this is incredible news. I don't know how you can't watch Harley's video and be bullish.
Yeah. What's hilarious is they did their spring editions Renaissance themed, and
exactly. Oh, that's true.
And now every startup is copying that format. And so you need to know where the puck is going. Just look at what Shopify is doing, because they're clearly paving the way for every startup to just copy what they're doing.
You know, very fitting metaphor from you as well. Shopify being from Canada. You see where the puck is going, skate ahead of the puck, and they always are. They always are. So I remain quite confident and excited about the future. There's so much happening. I mean, the Shopify and Whatnot integration, that alone, that tells you where they are as far as skating ahead of the puck and being where things are going. I mean, there's innumerable other things that we could mention, but that alone tells you where things are going and where you should be going as an operator.
I mean, Shopify Wayne Gretzky collab win. When is this going to happen?
Win. The great ones.
The great one. I mean, it makes so much sense. Skate to where the puck is going. Be on Shopify. Little Wayne Gretzky action in a commercial.
You know, I think that would be great, actually.
Come on. Who doesn't love the Gretzky?
Okay. I will just say, we offer our services right now to help make this happen. I think we need to make a video, a segment, an episode called the Great Ones of Canada. And we need to go and we need to rope in the great one, Wayne Gretzky. And then we'll get Toby and Harley, get everybody together in the Toronto office. Are we in Toronto? Is that where everybody is?
Fair.
I think that's where everybody is.
Yeah.
Go to Toronto, and we'll eat maple syrup and poutine and Tim Hortons and all of the great things. And we'll bring barbecue with us as well, both from North Carolina and from Texas. Excited for the renaissance of e-commerce that is transpiring before our eyes. As we move forward to our next story, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Axon by AppLovin. If you are not on Axon today, you're leaving a whole lot of money on the table. Axon gets you in front of more than 1 billion new customers, 1 billion new customers inside the games. Everybody already knows and loves and plays, like solitaire, mahjong, Candy Crush, etc. And most people that play mobile games, there's more of them than you think. We're talking about mainstream, financially comfortable household decision makers. And I will say this, if all of your ad spend right now is ever and only on Meta, it's time to diversify a little bit. Why? Because doing so protects yourself, your business. And I know from experience myself, we just had Miranda Pettinger on the show. She has done a gazillion dollars in ad spend, both for a group of brands. Now she is at a brand new brand. Getting on Axon literally saved her Q4. Meta was tripping, as it does. She told the CMO, hey, I got to move some ad spend. We got to do something different. They scaled up to $80K per day in ad spend on Axon inside of a week. Inside of a week. Not only did it save her Q4 for the brand, paid advertising, etc., but now they have continued to crush it over there. And the best and brightest in our space are on it. Dr. Squatch, Wayfair, etc. If you're not on it, get on it before your competitors do. Go to axon.ai/en/ecom cowboy. Tell them that Ecom Cowboy sent you. Colin and I highly recommend. Many thanks for them being part of the show. Now, next story here today. Parker ceases operations. Totally out of the blue. Totally out of the blue for me. For those who don't know, Colin, why don't you explain what Parker is as we pull up this tweet from Drew Fallon?
Yeah, absolutely. Parker was basically trying to replace your Amex for all e-commerce credit cards. They were going to be the go-to de facto credit card for all things e-commerce, giving you favorable rates, making sure you had really good terms. That was their biggest, kind of push, was the term rate limits that you would get on your card would be expanded to usually 60, or I think in some cases it was 90 days. I could be wrong on that, but I believe it was 60 or 90 days. And so you had basically an easier cash conversion cycle. If you were pretty copacetic with your numbers and your math on things, you could buy inventory a lot easier, kind of kick the can down the road, and scale a lot easier too. So not a great thing to see.
I remember when they were hot, new, on the scene, the whole talk always was negative cash conversion cycle. How
Bingo.
can you stream this thing together? Let's string it together for a negative cash conversion cycle, which we all know e-com D2C brands they're so sometimes cash restrictive because of your inventory, etc. I thought a great need, great gap filled inside of our space. Unfortunately, Drew Fallon announces for us on the timeline, Parker Card ceases operations. Parker, the YC19 fintech that served e-commerce merchants with credit cards, has officially ceased operations on May 4th, 2026. Patriot Bank, Parker's banking operations partner, issued an official statement to clients confirming Parker raised more than $200 million. A little odd as this news comes out. Number one, Parker's website still up. I was just looking at it. Secondly, they just released a tweet yesterday. Jack, can you pull this up?
They just released a tweet 5 minutes ago.
No, they did.
This. Yeah, it's this.
This was 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, understand. If you're scaling an internet business with serious capital needs, you'll notice this about credit. Some founders raise venture capital. Most give up equity, yada, yada, yada. Not all capital is created equal, et cetera, et cetera. Why is this coming out even still today?
Don't schedule your tweets, folks.
I guess not. Don't schedule your tweets. I'm looking at the website right now. There's no announcement. You can still sign up, get started. Finally, a card that powers your growth. Financial system wasn't built for internet businesses. Parker was. A tweet from Dave M. Huffman, who is up in, I believe, in Boise country somewhere, chief revenue at STEM Region, chief revenue officer at STEM Region, former VP of microbe formula, cell core bio, etc. Dave had this to say: we've got about 100K sitting with them. Just tried to transfer it. No bueno.
Not good.
So not working. So one has to ask the question, what happens to all of Parker's clients? To those who are using it, is their money gone? What's going on there? You have any thoughts on this?
I don't know. I mean, there's a potential where, a couple of these players could come in and basically chomp up all those clients at a discount and basically get an aggregate supply of pre-existing clients because they have to take them off their books. And so some other credit card companies that are now operating and have now gone into the space can basically come in, chomp a couple of those off, and then use that to pay off debts that Parker, I guess, is ceasing operations. So it doesn't even matter about the debts. I don't know. This is gonna be super messy.
One would think, I would think somewhere in some way this money is like guaranteed to flow back to them from the bank or from. No, it's not.
I mean, it could be if it depends on the if well, one, if FDIC insured, I would imagine that Patriots Bank is definitely going to be FDIC insured. As long as it is, and it's up to the limit that you have inside of the actual bank itself, you should be fine. But if it's over that limit and it's not FDIC insured, it's kind of the Wild West.
Yes, Patriot Bank is a member of the FDIC. Deposits are
Oh, you're good.
automatically insured up to 250,000 per
So that
depositor for each account ownership category.
so there you go. There's your limit. If you have more than 250 in there, you're
You're toast.
a little bit of a dance. I mean, they could give it back to you. They could. I mean, they could. There's just really no incentive, I guess. But it's gonna be messy. It's not gonna be fun to. It's not fun to like unwind this ball of worms.
You may or may not know some of the operators there. Have some history with them. You don't have to share if you if you
Yeah,
don't want to. You've got some inside track.
yeah. I mean, they're really great operators over there. They started this when they were super young out of YC, and it's definitely it's sad to see because they were one of the first to actually take the swing to take on Amex as a credit card
Which
company.
which is like I feel like awesome for us.
Exactly.
I felt like this service was like,
Yeah.
hey, we're stepping in the gap and we are going to help you actually make this thing work. That's
Yeah.
that's why I thought it was like such a no-brainer. It's like absolutely
Yeah.
yes, thank you.
Yeah, now, as you've seen within the marketplace itself, multiple credit card companies have now sprouted as a result, and they have used basically using Parker as a proving ground for like, hey, there's the feasible model here. So now there's multiple folks in the arena.
Who else steps in to own this? Or is this like a bellwether for, other things to come?
I think it probably just splits over the multiple competitors now. There's going to be no clear winner for this. It's going to be similar to the way that, there's multiple credit card companies going after the consumer. I think that's going to be the same way for multiple credit card companies going after the end e-commerce company. It's like Chase, Capital One, Wells Fargo, all these different credit card companies, and you can kind of choose which one you want to mess with.
Sad to see.
Sad to see.
Sad to see. Pour one
Not
out.
good.
Pour one out for our friends over at Parker. We appreciate them. And sorry to hear the news. David Protein. In other news, David Protein named Time Magazine's top 100 influential companies of 2026.
Getting emotional about it.
I'm getting emotional. It tears me up. It tears me up. Darren Ravel had this to say: David Protein Bars get named among Time Magazine's top 100 influential companies. Love them or hate them. Totally agreed. There has never been a protein bar since the category started almost 40 years ago. I still remember protein. I still remember power bars. Do you remember power bars?
Oh my God, don't even get me started on power bars. The peanut butter flavored or the
No.
chocolate flavored?
Oh, brother, those power bars tasted so horrible. They
Vanilla bean?
they were
Oh
the
my
worst.
God.
I mean,
Oh, they're the best.
it's like eating carpet. I mean,
I love it.
it's like the worst.
That's how I survived after football
Oh
practice.
my Lord. I don't know if I got V1 or what it was, but not a cherished childhood memory for me.
Dude,
But
those are the best.
But David, nevertheless, has upped the bar. Since the category started almost 40 years ago, they have generated more talk. I want to read this from Time because not too often, one of the darlings in our space gets recognized in such a prolific
Yeah.
way. This comes to us by way of Time Magazine. David's flavored protein bars, launched in September 2024, are driving America's protein kick to the tune of 131 million in sales in its first year. Bananas. Crazy. 131 million in its first year. The company says each bar contains 28 grams of protein, just 150 calories, thanks to EPG, plant-based fat substitute that passes through the gut largely undigested, resulting in fewer calories absorbed. Controversy has stalked the brand since its launch. However, not necessarily a bad thing. After David acquired Epig, EPG's sole producer, in May 2025, 3 other Epig customers filed an antitrust lawsuit, blah, blah, blah. Class action lawsuit filed in New York asserting the bars contain more calories, yada, yada, yada. David's chief science officer, the longevity influencer Peter Attia, stepped down in February after his links to a certain person were made public. All the same, sales continue to grow, and CEO and co-founder Peter Rahal says, we're launching ice cream in May. I mean, to do 131 milli in sales in your first year is absolute baller status.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the ice cream. I really want to try that out. We saw it on the side of trucks at Expo West.
We did. It was on a truck.
It was on trucks, kind of giving a little bit of a teaser. This is important for e-commerce companies to understand that this is top 100 influential companies of 2026. This is not top 100 influential e-commerce companies. We are talking total companies for 2026. You want to see this if you're in the e-commerce community, because this is so hard. You need to see a new darling step into the space, someone else absolutely exploding. All of this is great news to basically prove the thesis that e-commerce is still alive, it's still well, and it's still amazing. Just like the Grüns acquisition news, this is a bullish case for e-commerce. You love to see this because it gives the smaller e-commerce stores hope that, hey, we can do this too.
I would say too, there's just so much innovation in CPG. I mean,
Yeah.
it is wild to me. It's wild
Yeah.
to me. CPG is new for me. I did not get directly involved in CPG until like mid last year.
Yeah.
And there is so much innovation in the space. And I
Yeah.
know, and we had founder of Lineage on the show. Of course, he's got his view on how you should do protein. Totally get that. David's got their view how you should do protein, how they are doing protein. Totally get that as well. I think the underlining point here, though, David, incredible branding. Number two, they're top of mind. They're top of mind. They have like carved out a path of consciousness in the American mind. They're riding the wave of the zeitgeist, and they have done an incredible job of carving out a niche for protein and making it sexy and cool and desirable, and continue to innovate. We'll see what happens with protein. A lot of competitors coming up now. We're actually going to have one on the show specifically in ice cream, Frozen One. Connor from Frozen One coming to us Friday. We've had Natty on the show. We had Samir Case on the show. I think in general, the American consumer wins. And David doing work for everybody coming up behind them inside of the space. Is that fair?
That's super fair. I'm ready to launch Colin Protein, where it's just going to be protein bars chock full of peptides. So you get your peptides in and your protein in all in once.
I want to do protein lollipops because, lollipops just desirable and lovely. And
I love it.
Ben Heinman from Lalique has sold me on lollipops being form factor of the future. Delightful. A delightful way to taste amidst the day. Now, next story, big for us. I skipped covering it yesterday. Simply because, I'll be honest, it's a little boring for me. Now, that being said, this is massive and it's huge. I did skip it yesterday because it's a little boring. But I say it's a little boring, not for you, not for other listeners. It was just a little boring for me at the time. But we should read it. Amazon supply chain services are now here. Amazon's logistics network is now open to every business. And we need to scroll, read some of this, and react. Any business can now move, store, and deliver everything from raw materials to finished products using the same supply chain that supports Amazon and its independent selling partners. Now, when I read that, Colin, what that says to me is now I'm going to get like a goaded, already laid out path to move the stuff that I need from whatever country to my factory, from whatever product got made somewhere that I need over here. To me, what this says is I got the opportunity to just hop on their back, the path they've already paved. Hopefully it's cheaper and it's going to be on time, etc. Is that fair? Am I reading this right?
Super fair. It's basically you get an out of the box world class delivery service for any brand whatsoever.
Like kind of crazy.
Kind of crazy.
Like legitimately crazy. And it's akin to what they've done with AWS, where
Exactly.
hardly anybody's got their own servers anymore. Everybody just uses AWS.
Exactly.
Now they're doing this on the logistics piece of business for e-commerce, small business, etc. Over the past 3 years, key takeaways. Over the past 3 years, hundreds of thousands of Amazon sellers have trusted the company's logistics network to move, store, and deliver hundreds of millions of packages across third-party facilities, warehouses, and sales channels beyond the Amazon store. Did not know that. Glad to know that. Number two, today, Amazon is launching Amazon Supply Chain Services, opening its freight distribution, fulfillment, and parcel shipping capabilities to businesses of all types and sizes. One would think USPS, some other shipping services, etc. Down bad. Not that excited. Down bad. Not that excited about this news. Leading brands Procter & Gamble, 3M, Lands' End, and American Eagle Outfitters are among the first to sign up for ASCS. Bullish, now relying on Amazon's logistics network across their supply chain. Jack, if you will, scroll down and show us this graphic. Okay, on the freight side, they have a fleet of 80,000 plus trailers.
Ooh,
80,000 plus?
Yeah.
24,000 intermodal containers, 100 plus aircraft operated with our carrier partners, import inventory from overseas, simplify inventory distribution with bulk inventory replenishment, optimize inventory placement, fulfill customer orders. I mean, they're really trying to bite off like this whole, they're biting off a big piece of the apple here. It makes me wonder what 3PL operators in our space have to say about this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the key things that this is also offering to e-commerce merchants is the fact that they can now say this directly on their website to build even more trust with the consumer. So you can say, hey, this is being shipped or fulfilled by Amazon. Everybody knows Amazon. Everybody trusts Amazon for delivery because it's so good. 2 days ago, Amazon just launched 1 hour delivery to all US cities in the United States. 1 hour. I could order something right now before the show is over. It will be at my doorstep. That's crazy. I mean, it's unbelievable what we're doing right now. And it's basically a world-class, supply chain logistics service, a la carte, out of the box, just for an e-commerce company. They can piggyback off of the trust already built from Amazon and the amazing service that they've already built. And you can use all of that trust to actually help your conversion rate and say, hey, by the way, this is being shipped from Amazon. This is being fulfilled from Amazon. So they have a known, trusted kind of, supplier attached to your most likely unknown e-commerce company.
Let me just bring something up, though.
Yeah, hit me.
If somebody receives my package from my site and it's got Amazon branding, it's got the Amazon tape, it's got the box, all of the things, like, why wouldn't they just buy it from Amazon?
That's why you got to be on Amazon too.
I feel like this is a move to like eat up, just eat up more, which it is. And they're awesome. And there's a reason why they're like the biggest company on earth. But part of the whole like niche D2C experience is just luxing everything up a little bit. I like Pretty Boy. Like, we have had Jason Wong on here. He talked about packaging and how to make that unboxing experience top tier while at the same time saving on shipping, etc. To me, there's like a whole experience inside of our ecosystem that comes alongside of using either yourself or some kind of, smaller 3PL than Amazon. There's some kind of luxified premium experience that can come from doing this in a non-Amazon commoditized way that maybe you lose out on here. If everything just comes in an Amazon box, I'm not sure why somebody wouldn't just go and buy everything from me on Amazon in the first place.
Completely disagree. The Pretty Boy package that was shipped to us was a box inside of another box.
That's
And so
true. That's
the
true.
only thing that is getting replaced in that entire order is the fact that it's no longer Pretty Boy tape. It's going to be some Amazon tape, but this is pushing merchants to say, hey, your unboxing experience is now more important than ever. Make sure what they open up inside of that box that's going to be already inside of the Amazon box is world class.
Okay. I can get down with that. I can get down with that. I still wonder though, is something lost? I mean, Amazon, they don't like you having cards in there. Like, let's say if I go this route, can I still include my insert? Are
Of
they
course.
gonna constrict me in that way? I'm just asking the question.
It's got to be in your box though. That's what I'm saying. All of that, your brand is going to lay inside of that box that Pretty Boy shipped to us. That insert, everything's going to be in there.
Here's what I will say: USPS does not deliver on Sundays. Correct?
Correct.
They do deliver on Saturdays, though. Am I getting that right? They do.
Yeah, they do.
But not Sundays.
Not Sundays.
Parcel shipping with Amazon Supply Chain Services, reliable delivery 7 days a week from a purpose-built logistics network, flexible pickup from their own warehouses or third-party providers, GPS power tracking from label creation to customer doorstep.
Crazy.
That's kind of crazy.
And if you as a brand can now offer same-day shipping or 1 hour shipping,
yeah, that's wild.
It's unbelievable because you're piggybacking on top of Amazon's logistics. So you don't have to try to deal with all of this kerfuffle of trying to deal with, oh, we got to get this thing out in an hour. Amazon's already figured it out. You just have to give them your package.
There is something to think about there.
There's something to think about there.
There's going to be, I mean, maybe there's some trade-offs that I'm missing, but wowzers.
Wow.
Is what I want to say. Amazon is bringing the infrastructure, intelligence, and scale of its supply chain services proven over decades to businesses everywhere, much like AWS did for cloud computing. This is Peter Larson, VP of Amazon Supply Chain Services. Supply chain wasn't just a function at Amazon. It was core to providing an exceptional shopping experience. Our differentiator, the reason we could offer fast, dependable delivery that nobody else could. And with the launch of ASCS, we're confident we can give any other business access to the same cost efficiency, reliability, and speed that we've built for Amazon customers. Let me ask this question. I'm genuinely asking. Amazon is not really my expertise. I'm asking this question. Over time, all the prices creep. All the prices creep up over the years. They do. Are these cost efficiencies and reliabilities and speed, are we all going to cede ourselves over to the giant behemoth that is Amazon and its supply chain services, experience all of the wins, and then over time, creep, it goes up, and then we experience pain. I say this in context of more Amazon sellers like offloading from the platform. That is a story this year. It is happening. It's simply getting to where some businesses now, with the increase in service rates and percentages and what they're taking on every order, sometimes the math just doesn't math anymore for a number of these sellers. Do you think this happens over time as well?
It could.
It could.
I don't want to lie to you. It could.
It could.
But I'm not going to operate today based off of a what if. I'm gonna love what we got right here. This is an amazing thing that we have for e-commerce companies. I can't live in fear as an e-commerce company about the what if of rate hikes and what if of, shipping hikes and more fees coming down the pipe. I got to operate in today, and I got to crush today.
Well, I think that's a good frame of mind to have, sir. And we have Jack Kavanagh coming into the show. He is founder of Plural multiple, varied, incredible group of brands that I don't have that much info on. And I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get him. He is proclaimed on the interwebs the happiest man in e-commerce. It is. You can find it in many places. We're going to bring him here. But before he comes, we need to talk about Rocked After Sale, ladies and gentlemen. Most D2C brands are obsessed with getting the next customer, as they should be. But the real lever is making more profit from the orders you already have. Is it not? Yes, it is. If you're doing 5,000 orders a month, what if you could just get $3 to $4 more on every single one of those without touching your ads, without making a bunch of changes to your business? Wouldn't that be nice? That is what's possible with Rocked After Sale. That's what brands like Olakai, Cozy Earth, Groove Life, etc. That's what they are doing with Rocked After Sale. Post-purchase upsells, downsells from cart through the thank you page, stacking an extra 30 to 50 cents per order just by showing offers, okay, from brands like Disney Plus, HelloFresh, Venmo, etc. High margin revenue straight to your bottom line. No hit to conversion, no impact on LTV, and you can be live within minutes. It is a no-brainer. If you're already getting orders, you should be getting more out of them. Go to aftersale.com/offers, URL scrolling across the screen. Start monetizing what you already have and what you've already built. Tell them Colin and I sent you. Many thanks for Rocked After Sale being part of the show. Now, we have to welcome inside of this show the happiest man in e-commerce, a goated operator. You've seen him on some of the most popular SaaS podcasts on the internet. Okay, and behind the scenes, our guy has founded many brands, is running many brands, and he has an exciting one that is yet to debut. We need to bring Jack Kavanagh inside of this show right now. Jack, get in here. Get in here, Jack.
I have to press the button. Hey guys, how you doing? Man, I feel so hyped. You guys got me blushing.
Man, let's go. That's what we want. We want all of the entrepreneurs on the interwebs to be celebrated when they come here, Jack. Man, we appreciate you making the time and joining us on the show.
Thank you. Thank you. On the topic of after sale, can I share my screen, guys?
I don't know if you can or not.
I don't think so.
I'm going to try it.
Let's see what happens.
But we installed after sale for one of my brands, and we've had it for like, I don't know, it looks like we've had it for the best part of 3 months now. I am sharing my screen. I'm not sure if it's going to come up.
I don't know if it's going to come up either, but keep telling your story. Keep telling your story, Jack.
We've made $13,413 from after sale, and we pretty much just turned it on.
Whoa!
That's from just post-purchase. We have 1,861 from thank you and 2,000 from checkout.
What? Come on,
Jack.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No brainer of the month.
Yeah.
Let's go.
See, that's what we need. We need more of that coming from.
I spoke to Varun, who's like the founder of After Sell, and I was like, dude, thank you. This is
right.
It works. You know?
Thank you for money. I need money. Thank you.
Thank you. That's what we call a win-win, which is what we're all here for, Jack. Jack, man, I would appreciate, for those who don't know you, sir, I'd appreciate you just give us a little bit of origin story behind you, my friend, because we see you everywhere. We see you on podcasts. We know there are things happening in the background. We also know that you're the happiest person in e-commerce on the interwebs. Brother, how did you get to where you are today with excellent mustache in tow? How did you get here doing what you do on the interwebs? We need a little bit of an origin story.
I got to explain the happiest guy in e-commerce thing. So I had a photo that my fiance took of me where I'm like smiling. My eyes are a little bit wider. And then I was like, oh, this is a nice photo. I've never done the whole like professional photo shoot thing. So I set that as my photo and I was like, wow, I look really happy. So I decided, hey, okay, happiest guy in e-com. That's like, oh, I'm going to call myself.
Very fitting.
But origin story. I was at university in England, and in university in England, you can go into like a minor's £2,000 overdraft. That's like the max, 0%. Right. So I was just living there, a minus £2,000 overdraft, and working 2 jobs. I worked in a bar.
Wow.
In the store. Yeah. I was just, trying to make it by. I have a twin brother, and he was like, he had a different approach to making money while he was at university. He was, you just asking my parents, but I was like, fuck it, I'm going to get jobs, and, I'm going to leave my parents alone. So yeah, while I was at uni, me and one of my friends, we saw this brand that was doing very well, growing so fast, and we liked it. We liked the brand. We thought it was very cool. I'm sorry to Oliver from Bustum here, but we just ripped it. We were like, okay, let's scroll to the bottom of their Facebook page and copy all of their posts, right-click, save the meme, and post it on our
There we
page.
go.
We use this like app called Buffer or something to like schedule out all the posts.
All right.
And so, yeah, it was me and my friend from uni. And then someone, I don't know, I was thinking about this before we got into this call. I was like, I have no idea who put me on to let's spend some money on Facebook ads. But I was clearly quite confident with it because, I took like a K and put it into video view optimized Facebook ads.
Wow.
Wow.
In like 2015, 2016, right?
Oh my God.
And
That's awesome.
and did all right. Yeah. So we sold sample packs and expansions for plugins for like dubstep music producers.
All right. Let's
very
go,
good.
baby.
Yeah. And like eventually like little plugins like distortions and stuff to like change sounds for sound people. And yeah, so we started spending on Facebook ads. We did a lot of weird stuff. We can talk about it if you like, but we started spending on Facebook ads, and Facebook ads worked really well. The first 1,000 became, I don't know, 10,000-ish. And like for me back then, when I was like super broke, I was like, oh my God, I have money now. I can on like dates and stuff.
You feel like a king, right?
Right. I mean, like, it's crazy. I was making like £7 an hour as like a bartender and in this clothing store, and then suddenly I had like 10K. I was like, okay,
Incredible.
nice. But then so I put the whole 10K back in. I was like, fuck it, let's just let's try and swing big. If 1,000 can become 10,000, what can 10,000 become? And then we had a business very quickly. I was like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. Like, we're growing really quickly. And to give you context, we had so much growth so fast that I hired all my friends, which was a big mistake. We had like famous DJs buying our products, like someone
Crazy.
called Cowboy, which is like a dubstep music producer, was like one of our first customers, which was fun. And yeah, it was a crazy climb. Yeah, we grew quite quickly. But guys, this isn't just like a happy story. I ran the business for like 3 years. And used to meet people because I eventually moved to Bali, like everyone does when they have their first.
There we go, baby.
Classic. This is a classic.
Right. And I'd meet people, right, and like hostels and stuff, and they'd be like, "Oh, you own your own business in 21. Congratulations!" And the first time I started hearing that, I was like, "Okay, cool. Yeah, this is thank you." I didn't realize that this was. I guess it is, a very big achievement. We had a huge community. We had like lots of YouTube subscribers and stuff.
Wow.
And then 22, the business started to slow down, right? Started to shrink a little bit. And people are like, oh, you're 22 and you're in your own business. Congratulations. I'm like, yeah, but it's not where I want it to be. And then 23, oh, you're 23 and you're in your own business. Congratulations. And we're still like, we're doing okay. But like, monthly revenue is not holding. We're like getting smaller month over month. So it started to become one of those things when people say congratulations, I get like a pit in my stomach. Like, oh, wow. Yes, but also,
Yeah.
So eventually we sold, which wasn't a bad sale. It was a good outcome. And then I partied for a while, and then eventually ended up starting some more brands, working for agencies, working in SaaS. Yeah.
Wow. Incredible.
That's amazing.
Man.
Could you talk a little bit about, knowing what you know now, and you mentioned kind of there was the plateau of the business. Do you know what you could have done to basically jump and kickstart it up, or are you just kind of done with it? But knowing what you know now, I think we have so many insights now where it's like, oh yeah, we're going to, pull this lever. We're going to pull this lever.
Guys,
what would you have done differently?
So cool. It sounds so cool. It was the opposite of cool. So because we grew really fast. We grew really fast with a Wix website. We weren't even on Shopify,
wow.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, I know. And I hired these 2 business development guys, and it was a whole ordeal. We won't get into it because they copied my copycat, and beef.
No.
So there was arguments and stuff, but whatever. We were on Wix, and I remember them talking to me and saying, "Hey, Jack, we need to get off of Wix. Like, this is a serious ceiling on our growth. The website doesn't look like a website does." And I'll be honest, it didn't. Right? Like, it looked really scrappy because I was just like building it, like drag and drop.
Yeah.
Right. A button might be off center just because I didn't drag and drop it properly.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that was one. We still, we grew to like past $100,000 months in a month with a Wix website. But then eventually we moved to WordPress, and WordPress was a headache. So there was a lot of headaches. We did so many stupid things. I made all the stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
That is a headache. But you got to get them out of your system. You got to get them out of your system. Well, Jack, tell us about the brands that you got now. I mean, is there anything that you can reveal about what you got going on back there? I have heard, Jack, that there may even be one that is yet to launch that is
Yeah,
about to be on the interwebs. What do you got going now?
I must have told you about this, guys. It's very hush right now. We're working on getting product from distributors. Our current brands, all three of them, are drop shipping from China. This one's not drop shipping. We're making like organic products. It's not consumable. It's like organic cotton. It's clothing brand.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Very niche.
Yeah. But it's all coming from South America. Taking inventory is a headache. Just getting it into the US is a headache. It's expensive, but we're partnered with this group that's like funding a lot of it. So fortunately, I don't have to bankroll all of it. But at the same time, it's just, things move slow when you're taking inventory and you're like producing with multiple suppliers, de-risking. But yeah, I love the product. I love the brand. Like the domain, I have the domain. Sorry, guys, it's my domain. Hey, we share the domain. I'm not the only one involved, but like I technically have the domain because I bought it. Expensive domain, right? Cool brand. So I'm excited about it, but I want it to happen. It's just kind of moving slowly. Right now.
Jack, that is like the opposite. It's the opposite of drop shipping. And drop shipping, it gets a bad name. But we also know on the other side that there are a lot of like goated operators who are crushing with drop shipping. Like it is a very real reality. I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think people discount it. We didn't have to worry about tariffs at all, right? Tariffs was not a problem for us. I imagine it might have been a problem for some drop shipping businesses, but for us, it wasn't. Our best-selling products. So back with my first brand, we released downloadable products that people would download, and then after like 500,000 sales, they would be online for free on all these dodgy websites, like the ones that end with .ru and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I complain, and then I realized that I can't complain anymore. Nothing's going to happen. But our best-selling product for like my main brand right now, it has been our best-selling product for like 3 years. Right.
Wow.
And it's dropshipped, so technically anyone could. I got the supplier through Alibaba, so anyone could get in contact with the supplier and start selling it. But yeah, and I'm sure there are lots of brands that are. I'm trying not to pay attention, but for now it's good. We don't have a lot of the headaches that now I'm having with an inventory brand.
Right? Fair point.
I mean, so you're about to launch this new brand. How are you going to kind of address this go to market in 2026 for how you're approaching the launch, how you're approaching, we just learned about the Hudson method from Sean Frank.
Yeah. Well,
is that the way you're approaching all of this?
Yeah. Or there's a very like exclusive positioning. It's definitely a very premium product. The cost per item is quite high. But we are just going to ship like a shitload of product. The first shipments are all just like for creators, but not tiny creators. Like I saw Sean's tweet the other day, and I was like, okay, yeah, cool. This kind of makes sense, but I'm not going to give them to like Karen, the TikTok shop creator with 50 followers. It's not happening.
Not doing it.
No, not doing that.
This is the Jack method.
What's your floor? What's your floor? What's your floor for followers?
I haven't thought about it yet. We still don't have product yet. We're waiting on the shipment and working with DHL on all of the complexities of fuel surcharges, and I don't want to be involved, but I'm involved right now.
Nice.
Jack, having the background that you do, I would love to get your thoughts on live shopping. Shopify just recently released their integration with Whatnot. And we have, I just heard just last week, actually, there's somebody there. Now, this is not exclusive to Whatnot, but they are taking in product. They're selling it there. They sell on eBay. They sell on Whatnot. There's maybe another sales channel that they have, but they're doing 100 million per year. And they've got quite a system behind getting product from Alibaba, many different places. And man, they are taking this very seriously. You have any thoughts on go-to-market in 2026 as far as live commerce is concerned? I am very bullish on this as we move into this year.
Yeah, I don't know. My only experience with live shopping is back when I was in agency, I'd meet a lot of female founders that were starting their brands and sometimes scaling, doing particularly well, that started off in live selling, and they hated it. But they hated it because their business relied on them always turning up and always shilling.
Sweaty.
And like some of it just so scrappy, but cool. Like, good on them. They're building their business. They're doing what they love. It's all on their shoulders, and it's so time costly. My thoughts on it, I don't know. I've never watched any of this live shopping. I have no awareness of the apps. I think you're right. I think it could become a really big thing as people become more and more chronically online. I'll just like enjoy their lives online, right? And enjoy the things that they're shopping, like they're having fun, right? I think it could be big.
I think this is a good point though, and I do think the same reasons that you underlined is why there are. I feel like brands, classically in our space are either not aware or like reluctant to take the plunge, is because it's sweaty. It's sweaty. Yeah. It's like the opposite of. It's the opposite of what you want, which is a system where, hey man, you can put cash in there and you've got streamlined operations, and then it happens. It's like something you have to work up to, where you have sellers operating on your behalf and selling and et cetera, and having all the operations behind that. But I do think that some of that sweatiness, some of that obstacle is going to be the way for a number of people. That's interesting. I appreciate your perspective.
Yeah, the obstacle is interesting. Hey, same thing with like just scaling TikTok Shop in general. It's so
true.
So many moving pieces. There's so many people involved. That sort of stuff. It seems so sweaty to me, but it's definitely good for a lot of brands. I really don't get excited about it at all. But like I love that it's working for some people, and people being able to like grow their brands and serve their customers this way. But yeah, no, the thing that sort of excites me, I love seeing like someone who's built an agent that does something that a person used to do. Right? Right. That's the sort of thing that really excites me, because I'm like, oh, that's actually genuinely useful, right? Because before you had human error, you had people messing up, you had people sending the wrong message, and now you have like messages going out the door, and it's just an agent that's always running. I like that, but like the parts that actually require people, or like I don't know, paying an influencer a huge amount of money and then maybe it doesn't work, high risk, potentially no reward. I don't know. I don't like that stuff.
It's scary. Could you talk a little bit about, because I would imagine you are seeing multiple viewpoints operating multiple brands right now. Are there any categories outside of the organic cotton that you're super fired up about as we move forward in 2026?
Yeah, my main brand, where we sell jewelry. It's the one that I was screen sharing to show you after sell dashboard.
Nice.
I think that jewelry is such a great space. I think there's just so many. We're like this year we're going on the offensive, right? And we're going to talk about how the diamond industry is corrupt, slave labor in the diamond industry. I'm not sure if you guys saw that Hims Super Bowl ad where it's like sick of the system.
Yes.
Against you.
Yes. Totally.
What we're going to take, which is that the mall jewelry store is ripping you off because they are. It's so expensive. This whole 3 months paycheck for your engagement ring, like that's ridiculous. Like that's definitely not the standard anymore. But everyone knows about it, so we're going to lean into that. We're definitely a very affordable jewelry brand, and increasingly, I hope into the future, getting cooler, right? And being able to like meet the tastes of a more discerning customer, because we're not all the way there yet. But yeah, I'm bullish on jewelry. I mean, the fundamentals of jewelry are terrible, right? Like if I was gonna like pick a market that's particularly good, it would be like, I don't know, supplements and skincare.
Yeah.
Peptides.
Yeah, peptides. Yeah, peptides and fiber and all that stuff. Yeah, for sure. But like I'm doing jewelry right now, and
I love it.
It's the point that you bring up about going on the offensive. I do think that this is a very significant piece of marketing when you can identify an enemy, when you can identify an enemy and galvanize your customer around it, and then show yourself as like, hey, we're going to help you down the road to defeat this and get this instead. I mean, I think that's a compelling point. And you bring up a good point here for jewelry. I as these like lab grown diamonds and such, as the costs have gone down and the ability or the opening has taken place for more people to have access to them at a lower price point, there is like a real enemy to be sewn in and kind of hold accountable inside of that story. I think that's compelling.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I used to always say, I'm not sure if this is your experience too, guys, but with my main brand, dynamic product ads and like Google Shopping ads have always crushed for us. And they've been like a big part of the growth from like when we were back at like 40, 50K a month to now 250, 300,000 a month. Was dynamic product ads. And I used to say, hey, yeah, our attempts at creative haven't really worked, because we would do like a lot of the education piece. Hey, lab grown diamonds are chemically identical to natural diamonds, but there's no slave labor. And I think that we really needed to like do a lot more values alignment and say, hey, actually, most engagement rings are made by slaves, right? And just like really hit it on the nose and get a lot more aggressive with it. We'll see if it works. Who knows? Maybe this, Q4 I'll still be running DPAs with most of my ad budget, but
long as they work, as long as they work, we'll take it at the end of the day, right?
I mean, like, we launched so many ads. If you look like our ad account, we've got so many ads going, but all of the spend is still to dynamic product ads. And I think a big part of that is just because it's the occasional TikTok shop video that does particularly well, right? It's the occasional review video that we get from like an influencer or two. And then it's a bunch of like random Canva statics, right? Yeah. Or like AI generated statics out of Hicksfield. And like, should we be surprised that like our DPA crushes compared to like a bunch of shitty statics? No, maybe not, right? So yeah, I think if we get really creative and we start talking in a way that lets us build a cult, like an identity of like being anti the establishment, right? Then maybe we get the rebels. And we're kind of a rebel brand. Like the whole idea behind the brand is for the black sheep. So yeah, hopefully we can, hopefully it works. Right?
Dig it.
Let's go. I love that.
Absolutely. Jack, man, we appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. When this new brand comes burst into the world, we got to have you back to talk all the good things, organic cotton, etc.
I'm gonna send you guys some items, right? So
let's go.
We'll be a part of your band, of your affiliate army. We're happy to do that, Jack.
When people look down here and they see incense and postscript, after sell, they'll also see. I won't name drop.
All right. All right. Hey, we'll take that, man.
Hey, you know what? Let's do it. Let's say the name. The name of the brand is Rich and Happy.
Oh, right? Rich and Happy. Great name.
Really good domain.
To explain the name, because a bit on the nose. One of the co-founders of the brand, who's like basically bankrolling the brand. At this group, saw someone in an airport that was wearing a shirt or a hoodie, I think it was, that said poor and depressed. And they were like, what? Why would you wear that? That's so bad. Like, if you're poor, you don't spend money on nice clothes. And if you're depressed, you have this bad outlook on life. I'd rather be rich and happy. So that's the idea behind the brand.
Baller.
Rich and happy.
I love that.
Baller. Breaking news. Name drop.
Breaking news.
From Jack Kavanagh on the show. Well, we look forward to sporting our rich and happy and feeling so, sir, dressed in our pleasant organic cotton threads. Jack, we appreciate you coming on. We look forward to having you back, and keep us updated, brother.
See you.
Oh,
great name, by the way.
Amazing name. I mean, that's just incredible. There's another brand that exactly reminded me of called Sporty and Rich, which is crushing right now. I don't know if anyone's seen those.
And Rich and Happy, I think. Talk about like being very forward with how you should feel while you're wearing it.
They know the demo they're going after.
They know the demo that they're going after. What am I going to get when I wear this? I'm going to feel rich and happy.
Easy.
Done.
Copy's amazing.
It is good copy. It is good copy. Well, we have James Borow, General Manager of Universal Ads, coming into the show, and he is, I believe, debuting, talking about offering one of the biggest stories in e-commerce for the year, CTV, linear, doing so in a winsome way that gets you the best deal on the internet. He is going to come in and tell us about it, but before he comes, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Postscript. Focus is an amazing thing, is it not? Yes, it is. When one focuses, you get outsized results, and that's what Postscript does with SMS. When people make the switch from whatever partner they're using that does 6 or 7 things all together and make the switch to Postscript, people see on average a plus 22% revenue increase. They're the only partner I know who wants to make SMS your #1 revenue generator. Now, I'll be honest, I did not see those kind of results. I saw a whole lot more. We went from making very little money on SMS to being a top 1% account on their entire platform. And the whole secret is I just did what they said, okay? And what they are saying now is go get the conversational report, directtoconsumer.co/the conversational report. You are leaving money on the table when your customers text you back and you leave them on red. Postscript's AI shopper can now have one-to-one conversations at scale, brand appropriate, brand voice, brand knowledge, all of the things, and take your monies up and to the right. Go talk to Postscript, get the report, work with them, tell them Colin and I sent you. Many thanks for them being part of the show. Now, James is coming in here. He is an OG in our space. And when I say OG, I mean like one of the first guys that was actually running Facebook ads, like before they were publicly available, like Facebook ads. Facebook ads before they existed. Okay. He was also a big part of building Snapchat's ad product. Okay. Early at Snap, building all of that. Now he has moved over with Comcast in the world of CTV and linear TV. Big offering for everybody in our space. I am incredibly excited. We need to bring him in here. Everybody, welcome to the show, James Borow. James, get in here.
Let's go.
Get in here, James.
Let's go.
There he is.
Unbelievable. Thank you guys for having me. Unbelievable commercial read you just did there. That Postscript, that was incredible. You didn't miss a beat, man.
We try to put on for our sponsors, James.
It was good.
You know, foundational principle of this show: ads are not bad. We're all here because of ads. So we try to win awards when we do them. Now, James, brother, you have got to give people color on you and your backstory, because there's too few people in our space, in our community, in our audience that know who you are. Man, you are an OG. I mean, on Facebook ads before they even existed publicly. And you know, give us a little origin story for how you got here and what you're doing now with Universal Ads and bringing us all into the world of CTV and linear.
Yeah, man. Well, again, thank you for having me here. Huge fan of what you guys are doing. The origin story started in like 2008. It's kind of a long story, so we got some time. But really, kind of originally, what happened is I started playing around with the Facebook Connect APIs when Facebook Connect came out in 2008, and we were building apps for that. And basically, what we were doing is we were making it where you FB Connect, and then if you were like a female, you would get a certain experience. If you're male, you get a different one, right? Like very early on the Facebook platform. And then from that, I became really good friends with a bunch of people who had big Facebook games. So these were Canvas games inside the iframe on desktop only, back in the day, Facebook. And when you opt into that, they would pass your Facebook credentials. So we could actually sell Facebook ads before Facebook ads existed. And so you were selling basically display ads inside the Canvas. And so I had the idea to start that company. Started running around the country. I was like 24. And I'm like, you know, going to meetings in a suit and tie. We're pitching Microsoft, a bunch of big brands. And we were not in a nefarious way, but we were like, hey, we can sell you Facebook ads. Facebook doesn't have ads. We got them. They're here. And started getting quite a bit of traction until one day we got a cease and desist letter from Facebook and said, guys, you can't do this. And we're like, listen, like our intent is just to help facilitate personalized ads. So had the opportunity to go up to Facebook headquarters. Again, this is 2008, 2009. I remember I'm friends with a lot of the people that were there at the time still, and they all just remembered me like in a suit and tie and being like, "What the hell are you doing?" But I kind of did my pitch in the business at the time was called Graph Effect. We were like so into like Facebook Graph and all that stuff. And they're like, "Listen, you absolutely cannot do what you're doing." And I was like, "Okay, can we like do something?" And they're like, "Yeah, we have this thing called the Facebook Ads API." And this was like pre-Power Editor, like this is like back in the day. And so we started building on top of that. And that business became a business called Shift, which became, there was us and Nanigans were probably the two biggest in the space in the early 2000s. Us and Social Code was the other really big one. And we scaled that up. We sold to a private equity firm. And it was a crazy experience. We were the first Ads API partner for pretty much every platform, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn.
Bananas.
Yeah, and it was just like a different, and that was back when everyone thought Facebook ads didn't work, and it was pre the shift to mobile. So it was a crazy experience, but
Wild.
It made me into like the API zealot I am today.
There we go.
Which I think like actually kind of ironically, like in this sort of shift to AI has been like really great timing because like APIs are pretty useful for that. But yeah, that's kind of the origin story. And then I ended up, we sold that business. I got recruited over to Snapchat to build out their ads API and their ads business there. And then Snap ended up acquiring back my old business from the private equity firm that we sold it to. So yeah, I've done a bunch of stuff around self-service ads APIs, and fast forward to today, had the opportunity about a year and a half ago to come to Comcast with a bunch of people I used to work with at Snap, and to basically try to build like the meta ads equivalent of TV. So that's what we're working on now.
And this
incredible.
this is what I am so excited about, and I love that phrasing, the meta ads of TV.
That's
Okay,
fire. That's a bar.
It's a bar. It's
It's a bar.
fire. We
Love it.
need to have it on shirts and hats and
A cowboy hat with it.
yeah, exactly.
That's a bar. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And give everybody context on universal ads and
Yeah.
what's unique, how people inside of our space can approach this and win on the internet. And I'll say this, James, from my own experience, especially when I was at Bruce Bolt, fast growing brand. We were one of the fastest growing brands on Shopify for a period of about 24 months. And one of the things when we arrived, when we were having our big moment, and there was specifically a moment around the Little League World Series, as a baseball brand, we wanted to announce ourselves on TV, big boy. I mean, we wanted that because it's a status play. Not only
Yeah.
all of our target audience watching that intently, travel baseball, but we wanted to announce ourselves and say, hey, we're here, new product offering. We have made it. We have arrived. We wanted to have that moment. But then when you step into it, brother, it's so murky and mysterious. It's like, how do we get it? Who do we talk to? We can do CTV. Oh, but we can't do linear. Oh, you can. Try talking with Disney. Try talking with ESPN. It's like, how do we even step into this thing? It's multi-week.
Yeah.
Find out.
It's kind of madness how it has worked in the past, to be totally honest. So I think, the thing that got me so excited. So with universal ads, just kind of setting the stage how it works. And anyone can go to universalads.com right now. You can be up and running with TV ads in 5 minutes. No minimums. You can record a video on your phone, post it. We have an AI editor in there that's powered by Creatify. If you guys are familiar with those guys,
Wild.
That's all free too. It's just to us. It's like table stakes. You got to be able to help people with creative. But yeah, I mean the whole idea of universal ads is Comcast, which most people think of as like an internet company and cable company. Comcast owns NBC, Peacock, Sky in the UK, and then has a ton of inventory through its own cable footprint.
Wild.
And it owns a company called Freewheel, which is the ad server basically for all of CTV. And so what we sort of came up with as we were just kind of getting to know this even Comcast was like, why wouldn't you guys just stand up an ads API and ads manager just like social, where you can buy TV in a unified way? Who cares how it's delivered, linear or CTV? Like no one defines how they watch TV. Like you're not thinking they'll be like, I'm watching linear versus I'm watching CTV.
Yeah.
And then because Comcast owns all these pieces, we don't have to charge a demand side fee. So the same way when you buy a Meta ads or a Snap ads or a Reddit ads, you're just buying those ads, there's no markup on it. That's the same thing with universal ads. And so you can buy TV ads across over 20 different publishers because we power it all. So that's like Fox and NBC and Peacock and Tubi and Paramount, Roku, HBO, a bunch of others. reach 90% of US households, and you just pay for ads. And so it's awesome. And I think it's like, from our perspective, a bunch of us all worked on social, and we're like, we always looked kind of, when we were at Snapchat, you can get people to watch ads for like more than like a second and a half. Like the attention span is like nothing. And so, and we still made them work. I mean, it's $6 billion business now, but
Yeah.
we would look at TV and we're like, man, what a hand TV has if it can just go ahead and make this easy and unified. And so that's what we've done with universal ads. And it's early. Like, we've only been in business. We launched last February, but it's crushing it. I mean, we have like Jones River Beauty with great results so far. We got Nero Gum and Mints crushing it. We have our APIs integrated with pretty much all the major measurement partners. So Triple Whale and Workmagic, Northbeam, House Measured. We're sort of running the playbook, but we've been pretty quiet. So I'm excited to get a little louder talking with you guys.
Yes, that's right, James. We got to be louder on this.
Yes, we are. And we're coming. So it's pretty exciting stuff.
James, I think one of the things that you kind of brush past that a lot of brands need to understand is the fact that you said there's absolutely no minimums. And that's one of the most intimidating things. Chris and I covered this on the show, where OpenAI was kind of, dabbling with releasing some ads. And we were like, all right, cool. What's the minimum? It's $1 million. Like, all right, well, I don't know if I can do that. And you're saying no minimums. Could you talk a little bit more about some of these amazing brands that are actually on the platform? I mean, you mentioned Jones Road. Everybody knows them. Talk a little bit about how they went through that process and how they're scaling.
Yeah, so they were, I believe this is the first time they ran TV ads was with us. The kind of key stat there was like 7.5% lift in new customer sales for them. And then the halo effect of TV across other channels is massive. And if you're running incrementality tests, you can see it all. So it's kind of like the beauty of this moment is it's actually set up for TV to win. Like in the previous world, when post-click mattered so much, it was tough, but now it's set up for TV to like really shine. A, you can reach incremental audiences, but B, again, we see this over and over again. You turn off TV, CPAs across the board are shooting up. And it makes sense because it's kind of like, it's just obvious, I think, in some ways, and I get, I'm sure the Comcast comms team is watching this right now as I say this, but there's kind of an internal mantra we have there's just like TV is like the new second screen, and that's okay. And that basically is why you have that halo effect, right? Is that like it used to be the other way, but now TV is just assisting everything on your phone. 70% of e-com is happening on your phone. And so it's sort of this superpower, right? It's unskippable, biggest screen in your house. And it's got the benefit of being around amazing content. And so it's just sort of a no-brainer for every brand to put in the mix, as long as the minimums are low and it's effective, which I think we're doing a really good job at.
Wow. I mean, okay, so then talk to us about, this is probably going to be really expensive. What are the CPMs? It's going to be like $50 CPMs.
Yeah,
give us average. Yeah, give us some average CPMs then.
Yeah, so the average clearing CPMs, and this is the most premium TV you can find. And again, all the TV that you run across universal ads is all being served by Freewheel. So there's like no games in it. You're seeing like $8-9 CPMs clearing on the most premium stuff.
Stop it. Whoa.
There's a couple reasons why that happens. So now there's different moments. So for example, like earlier during the Winter Olympics, you actually could buy the Olympics via universal ads, right? So
incredible, number one.
I ran a Olympics ad for my podcast. It's called ADSN.
Let's go.
I ran Olympic ads for my podcast. I gotta send you the video. It's like the dumbest video in the world, but me and my co-host recorded a video on our phones, and we're like, we can dog food this. Of course we can do it. And so, but those ones, just as an example, those CPMs obviously much higher, right? Those have a different floor. Sure. But I think the reason why there's like a misnomer on what the clearing CPMs are for TV is really that in almost every case, when you're buying TV right now, self-service, honestly, except for really like universal ads, there's a huge amount of markup and arbitrage inside the buy. So you may be buying $20 CPM ads, but what's actually happening behind the scenes is they're clearing at like 10. Yeah. And so because we have no demand side fee, you actually can see what's happening. And so like, I've been trying to get people to just ask, like, obviously you want to know your ROAS, but like really ask like, what is the return on my actual ad spend? Right? Like find out, like ask your vendor, like how much really went through ads.
Yeah.
And if they don't tell you, I would ask them why.
Yeah.
Because I think that you'll see that that's why this is all just sort of kind of a little bit still a wonky market.
Okay. And I have to underline this point because I have done this from the brand side, and it's always like, well, you know, like our foundational CPM, you know, it's like, I mean, it's going to be $15, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, you can't get anything cheaper than $15, you know, I mean, that's like
Murky.
that's where it starts. It's like, okay, well, tell me about that. Like, can you like, wow, you know, I just, that's where it starts, you know?
Yeah. It reminds me a lot. So like in the early, this is like, it's amazing how long I've been sitting here like building ad stuff. But like early 2010s, Meta, everyone thought Meta ads didn't work. And that was because there was just like a massive amount of arbitrage inside the system.
Yeah.
And so what happened is like 2013, Meta said, we're changing the rules on here. If you're building on top of this ads API, and an advertiser wants to know how much actually was spent, they get to go find out. And that's why there's always, I don't know if you guys, like in the mid 2015s, kind of like that period of time, there's all this business manager work that Facebook was doing where like, it was this ad account soup. Everyone was just trying to clean it all up. But that was basically so Meta could just tell the advertiser, here's how much you actually spent.
Yes.
What was called Facebook ads back then. And I think that now is starting to happen in TV. And it's good for advertisers. It's good for us as like, you know, we're part publisher and part ad platform. It's not great for middlemen who are like taking unnecessary fees, but like, too bad.
Too bad.
Yeah. Well, because the TV will never work if it continues to operate that way. And TV is too good of an ad platform not to be performant. So yeah.
Too good. And James, let me say this. I have great friends of mine who are operating great businesses, great products. And over the past 18 months, they have literally seen their CPMs double. They've gone from $60 CPMs on Facebook to $120 CPMs on Facebook to $140 CPMs on Facebook. And they're and I'm there with them. I'm in the trenches and we're like, how do we make this work? How do we make this thing work? And there's always promise of, oh man, well, there's new channels, new opportunities, and there are great paths. But brother, when you can tell D2C e-com operators that I can get you $6 to $8 CPMs on the biggest screen in the house, I mean, it's bananas with no minimums. It's crazy.
And by the way, you know, for us too, so we have, again, if you went into Universal Ads Manager, it looks like Snap Ads Manager or like Meta. It's not as confusing as Meta. I think we actually done a better job.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. It's not like that. But we have two campaign types. We have this thing called, it's Performance Plus. It's our PMax Advantage Plus kind of thing. And it just rips. It works so well. And again, and like you just, I think again, it's the kind of the key thing is like right now, I think what I want everyone to know is like TV is accessible. It is way more efficient than you possibly understand. And then also now we can move out of the CPM conversation and move into outcomes. And we can actually just help generate revenue for your business, which is like what we're seeing now, like is becoming a pure performance channel. There are moments where like the brand stuff is real. Like the Olympics, I think was a great example. Like there's definitely just a brand value being associated with these amazing moments. But even in our system, you can go ahead and retarget the people who saw your Olympics ad across a Performance Plus campaign. And so you're just sort of back, you're just doing the same thing you've always done on a channel that has a lot of unique value to it.
Could you talk a little bit about the creative that is actually going into these ad platforms? Is it just me going into my Facebook ads and dumping those in there? Or are you seeing a specific type of creative that is actually yielding incredible results?
It's kind of all the above. So like the thing that we say is so people get hung up on creative as they should. It is like overwhelming. It's a 15 or 30 second ad. We actually can run 60s or 90s too.
Wild.
Yeah, it's wild. And so you sort of have that, and I'd say there's sort of three flavors of what's happening with creative. One is just recutting social, right? And it's basically just you're basically telling people TV ads are basically horizontal Instagram ads. That's kind of like what you're just saying. Just do that, go for it. The other is AI native. So people using like Higgsfield, people using Creatify, stuff like that. That stuff kind of crushes, and you can rapidly iterate. And it's because I feel like the thing that what's happened in TV is that everyone was getting so precious with the creative, whereas like you're not that way on social.
Yes,
right. Like you're willing to just throw stuff against the wall and see what happens.
Yeah.
And so I think the people who are really AI native on creative, they're seeing success because they're taking that attitude around it and they're just churning out stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And then there's this third one that's kind of popping up, which is obvious, but we didn't really see it, which is creator led TV ads, and sort of hyper local creative creators. So like, because you really can,
Makes so much sense.
which makes total right, doesn't it? Like it makes all the sense in the world. And so we've seen some of that popping up. We're gonna lean into that. Like obviously, like it's again, this is pretty obvious, but we should have a pretty vibrant creator marketplace. Like there's a lot of things that we can do here, which are like obvious moves that I think you'll see us do over time. But those are the three. And then you still have your like legacy, like they shot a TV ad. I bet you that is like 5% of the creative flowing through us right now.
Wow.
Right? Like who's really going out and shooting real ads? Like, it's just, that's still, I would say fairly, it's still pretty rare, just given all these other tools. So we'll see how it holds, but that's where it is so far.
That creator angle fires me up, Chris. I mean, just thinking about, as an example that I think everyone on the show would know would be Jesse at the Savannah Bananas. And then you get all of the baseball players that are part of that team as creative angles to the local Savannah market or wherever they're going.
Anywhere.
Anywhere. And it becomes incredible. And it's on every single TV. I mean, that would just explode. And they're so funny.
And you see it in social with like, I had friends that were working on startups that were like going to Walmart and getting Walmart associates to post, right, on behalf of just, and like that actually probably would be the best TV ads for Walmart in some ways.
That's
right. Like,
really interesting to think about.
So I think, it's just the people who are coming at it like social first and AI first have such a different expectation around it where like they're just like not as intimidated by it to some extent. And so I think like that may become more of the norm as opposed to what we've seen in the past with TV.
Okay, James. Okay, so a few things that we need to like nail down here. I'd love for you to talk about when I think, I think there's like, there's a gap. Like when people think about TV, they think like, oh, like it's not as performance related, whatever. It sounds like that's being solved. We've got House, we got Triple Whale, we got North Beam, we've got all the abilities to measure.
And we have our own pixel, native pixel. Again, like what we say about the pixel is that like when it comes to TV, because it's not a click, you're really using the pixel for targeting, not measurement, right? Like it's about like suppressing audiences and retargeting as opposed to like purely keeping math in the ad manager. Like I push everyone to third party measurement and like hold us accountable to that.
And then secondly, you've got, I mean, it sounds like what's going through the platform right now is that people are taking a very like wide breadth creative take. It's like, hey, take what you're doing on Instagram, turn it sideways, try creators, try this. And then that's working. You don't have to go out and shoot like a $30,000 commercial for it to work.
Exactly.
Thirdly, talk to me about specific buys. I love you called it Performance Plus campaign. Is that what you called it? Okay. I love
P
that.
Plus.
P Plus. Okay.
P plus.
Talking about specific buys, because I know that there are brands, there are marketers who they'd like to have specific buys on linear for this channel and this spot when it shows here and there. Talk to me about that, because I think that linear piece is important.
Yeah. So we have two flavors of it. So P Plus campaign is like audience-based, you're going for efficiency, scale, reach. And then we have something called Content Select. And that's when you can go ahead and pick basically like, I want to be in reality shows. I want to be in the Olympics. Like that's that sort of like that path you go down. And if you guys ever bought Snap ads back in the day, we did kind of model it off of like Snap and Snap Discover. which is like one, it's like run across the entire network, or two, decide where you want to be. I think, when it comes to linear, we actually kind of have two ways to look at it. One is that it's actually part of Performance Plus. So like from an advertiser perspective, because linear can be measured the same way, because it's programmatic linear, you actually really shouldn't have to care. Like if you just care about results, it's all just TV.
Yeah.
That being said, if you want to go ahead and just run linear, you can. And actually we have some, I'll send you guys, we got a pretty cool, basically ad credits program coming out for that.
Please.
So I'll hook you guys up with that.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And you're giving out ad credits? I mean, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, no, we do ad credits, measurement studies, like whatever you see an Apple of and a Snap, like what the platforms are doing is what we're doing. Like we are holding ourselves to that standard. Like we don't look at this, like universal ads is not a tool. Like we're trying to build a channel for people to get the most value out of TV, like hard stop.
I'm totally sold. I'm totally sold.
Yes. So yeah, it's awesome. And we are open. We announced this previously, and we'll have more to share in it too, but it's not just US inventory. We're going global. We're open to export demand. So, if you have startups that are around the world that want to advertise in the US market, you can go ahead and use universal ads for that. We, obviously accept credit cards. We do line of credit, all the stuff, just the things that you'd expect, we do.
James, Colin, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm calling my shot right now. I think there are a few giant stories in e-commerce this year, and this one for sure is top 3 story of the year.
Yeah.
Making the largest screen in the household, the best buy on the internet, easy to use, no minimums, throw you some credits, performance, targeted, linear, CTV, etc. I mean, in the context of like everything always going up, I mean, if I can put my ad anywhere, that will be $6 to $8 or a little more. I mean, it's incredible, man. It's like bananas that this didn't happen before.
I agree. I'm in. I may run this as an ad.
TV is so back. TV is so back.
Chris, we're going to hear of the one-man brand, Chad Scaler, that decided to use universal ads to scale local and just go crazy with it based off of all the AI he's putting in there. And he's just iterating and he's scaling. Yes. And we're going to find out 6 months from now, he's going to be like, yeah, we hit $1 billion. And this is going to be we're going to hear this out of Twitter. I promise you that.
I'm in. I'm retweeting that thing like crazy.
Let me ask this because I mean, there's more. There's way. Of course, we talk D2C, Ecomm all day, every day. But like this should be a service business thing. Like every service business in existence.
This is it. It works for everything. So the service businesses. This again, we got a huge partnership with a company called Search Kings. It's one of the biggest local service providers. They built on top of our ads API. They are absolutely crushing it for their local services businesses. App install is absolutely starting to crush it. It's just TV. I think TV's just been waiting for this moment. It had to be easy. You had to get all the ARB out of it. And then you really did need everyone to start measuring things in a more rational way where and ironically, like as someone who was at Snap for a long time, like we I think all the walled gardens sort of made this moment happen because people were adding up all their conversions in Ads Manager, and you're like, whoa, that's like 5 times more sales than I actually have.
Yeah.
And so I think it's this moment where it's all coming together. And I think we're at the right place to do it. Comcast is just very uniquely positioned to be able to run this playbook.
And let me say this layer of actually going to the source, I'm not working with somebody that's built on top of you. I'm just going to the source and the substantial upcharge that is basically double what my actual ad delivery costs is now away.
Yep.
Hello. It's what are we talking about? That's incredible.
I honestly, until we got more exposed to this, I didn't realize it was still operating this way.
Bananas.
But there's no reason for it. And It's not good for publishers who spend a ton of money producing and making amazing content.
Yeah.
It's obviously not good for advertisers because they just end up running back to social when they don't see the real performance. And then I actually don't think it's good for even consumers because that's why you have so little diversity in the ad experience.
Always. Always.
Like it's the same stuff over and over. And this is part of the reason why.
I can't tell you how many like ESPN shows, games I have seen where I literally see the same ad 24 times.
Yeah.
And I have always thought like there's inventory to be had here. Like where is the creative? Like where are the advertisers?
It's coming. It's like kind of cheesy, but I think there's going to be this like Cambrian explosion of TV creative, right? Where like
TV's back.
you're gonna have diversity, and you're gonna have like we all should get different ads. Like it's so crazy that we're not. So I think it's coming.
That's incredible.
I think that every 80s and 90s kid is gonna love this so much because you grew up watching TV. TV is back, baby.
TV's back in the 2026. 2026, TV's back.
TV's back.
No, we're back. I like it.
Okay, James. Man, we appreciate you coming on here. We appreciate you giving us the good word. But tell people where to find you, where to talk with you, where to get started. We know we got Jones Road. We've got everybody else.
Neurogum.
Yeah, Neurogum.
Yeah, we got a bunch. We got a bunch of really great case studies. They're on the site now, and then a bunch of coming out. But go to universalads.com, sign up for an account, start running, or hit me up on LinkedIn or X, and I can try to get you some ad credits to test this thing out.
Boom.
And yeah, that's where we are.
Okay, we're gonna clip this. We'll clip it 7 ways from Sunday, and we need we're gonna include your Twitter which is James Borow, right?
Yes.
At James Borow. We're gonna clip that. Have people reach out to you. Go to universalads.com. TV is so back. TV is back in a big way. I think big things happening this year. Live commerce, Shopify, whatnot, integration. TV is back. Universal Ads paving the way. Now we can all get in there, and there is an actual place on the internet where you can get $8 CPMs, not $800 CPMs. Bananas. James, man, we appreciate you coming on the show. Love what you're doing. Brands and agencies are going to scale this to the moon. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. Look forward to having you back, brother.
Yeah.
Ow! Wow. Are you not bullish? Are you not bullish?
This is craziness. Are you not bullish on this? No minimums, folks. No minimums.
And like our friend Sean Frank, we quoted him earlier today. This is an e-com renaissance that is happening in 2026. Get the doomers out of here. The doomers be gone. Doomers be gone.
Yeah.
I'm blown away by this. I think this is going to be one of the biggest stories in e-commerce of 2026. Everybody needs to wake up. TV is back, and it's probably the best buy on the internet.
Also, for people that are existing and buying TV ads right now, you can basically chop your cost by 50 to 60% almost immediately.
Chop them in half.
Boop, boop. Pretty insane.
I mean, just go to the source, which is Comcast. Hello.
Done.
It's banana sandwich.
It's banana sandwich.
Ad credits, all the things.
And ad credits. He sprinkled on a little ad credit on there. Are you kidding me? I feel that gives ad credits. They give me the warm and fuzzies. It's like, hey, we want you to test this. Let's rock and roll.
I'm texting the boys, the inner circle, the supper club boys, and I'm going to send everybody. Everybody to James because this is crazy. And I can't believe here's the part that's so cool to me. This is like largely been untalked about. Have you heard about this? They've been live since last February. Have you heard about it?
Talking about this. It's unreal. No one is talking about this. Comcast is a massive business, and basically for them to just do all of this and no one is hearing about this, and it's just been a gem that's kind of been floating in the sea of e-commerce, and we're like, hey, excuse me, what's that?
Hello.
Oh, we'll take that. Thank you. I'd really like this for my business. Boom.
I'll say this too, in this vein of TV, you know what? Something I have been thinking about for a long time is jingles. I mean, there are so many jingles that I can remember from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I can just remember them. I can still remember. I can sing them right now, but I will spare everyone. There are commercials that are just written into my head called J.G. Wentworth. I mean, there's just so many. There's so many jingles. Jingles are coming back. I totally believe. You know, and I to be honest, I forget the rest of my points. But this is huge. This is huge. Oh, I get it now. I mean, why not do a 90-second buy? Why not do like a little mini sham wow moment? Like, give me
Also,
like, you know,
there's no excuses anymore. He just said you could use Higgsfield AI in this. All you have to do is just close that. Higgsfield takes, I don't know, 5 minutes to cook something up, rock and roll with it, horizontal, throw it in there. You're good to go. You're live.
He said they're crushing too. He said
crushing.
The Higgsy creative users are crushing on TV.
I'm telling you, we're gonna hear about a guy from now. Same with the Medvi story. 6 months from now, and he's like, "Yeah, I've been iterating in Higgsfield AI on universal ads, and I've just been shipping 3,000 ads every single day, and I've just been cracked."
Yeah, and while there are, because we still have people questioning TikTok Shop.
Yeah,
there's going to be people 3 years from now that are still like, oh, TV, I don't know. Like, can I measure performance? I'm not sure. Meanwhile, somebody who's cracked and like down to try. Like, you give me credits, I can sign up and be live in minutes. You
crazy
$6 to $8 CPMs. I think I'll take that over the $60 to $80 CPMs I'm getting on other platforms. Yeah, I think I'll drop the zero. Yeah. Let's run this thing and see how it goes. There's gonna be people doing this this week.
Yeah,
and it's like our boy from Good Day and Chubby said, this is the Arby's moment, man.
Arby's moment. And those people that don't also agree with TikTok Shop now are just going to be like, oh, we're not ready yet. 3 years from now, they're not going to be ready for yet. And then BK Beauty is going to be at $1 billion on TikTok Shop by then. And it's like, I don't know how much more we can give you guys on the insights about what's happening. I mean, it's just like we're laying it out for you.
I'm blown away, man.
Blown away.
I'm blown away. Well, let's cut that interview and
cut it.
Let's chop it, and everybody needs to hear that. Everybody needs to hear that. Before we move forward to our lightning round of stories, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Seguno. Seguno is the only marketing suite that lives entirely inside of Shopify. What does that mean, Chris? It means your email, your reviews, your banners, it's all right there where you already work and play every day. And it means you don't have to trust big email and its over-attributed data. Your Shopify data is your email data. This is why Seguno is email 3.0, and it's why they won the Shopify 2024 Build App of the Year. One-click automations, actual humans that can help you. If you don't have a full-time email marketer on your staff, Seguno was built for you. Go get their advanced Shopify segmentation playbook at the URL scrolling across the screen. Test drive that platform for free. Tell them Colin I sent you. Give you a free trial. Extend that to 30 days. Many thanks for Seguno being part of the show. Tell them Colin I sent you. Now, as we move forward here, a little sauce from Rock Hladnick, as he's always dropping on the timeline.
Little sauce.
Audience retention for purchase events on Meta going from 180 to 730 days. What?
What?
I don't know exactly what to make of this. Seriously? Apparently.
Yeah. Actually.
Seriously? Apparently. Rock brings this to us. He says Bram posted this. I don't know Bram, but he says Bram posted this. I am not seeing it in any of our ad accounts yet, but this is huge. Audience retention from 180 to 730 days. I'm reading the post now. 180 days audience retention for purchase events will automatically update to 730. Starting May 18th, 2026, you'll be able to set audience retention to a maximum of 730 days when you select purchase events in your website and app activity. Custom audiences, your existing custom audiences with purchase events and 180 days audience retention will automatically update. If you would prefer to keep your audience retention settings, you can opt out before May 18th. And he has a screenshot here from Meta inside of the ads manager. I suppose the big deal on this is that actually people who purchased a long time ago that we already forgot about, we don't know how to reach, we can reach them again. That's the point, right? I can get all those people back. I can retarget them, et cetera. That's what I'm taking from this. Is that the case, Colin? Is that how you read this?
That is exactly it. A little bit of a win inside of Meta. You guys know that I beat up on Meta all the time. It's good to see this. It's good to get a little bit of data back. It's good to be able to retarget those folks. This is awesome. This is going to help the consumer. This is going to help also the e-commerce brand.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Next story, a very interesting one that you flagged that I think is totally unique. Cold calling abandoned carts.
This is my favorite guy ever.
Cold calling abandoned carts. Jack, I'd like you to bring this up, producer Jack.
Yeah.
I'd like you to bring this up, and I want us to watch this with volume on because I find this to be so unique. And if there's some sauce here, I'll take it. And maybe there's a path forward to make a few more dollars. Play this for us, Jack. Volume on.
Let's go.
John, what's going on? It's Casser. How you doing? It's Casser. We recently were looking at one of our weighted vests. I was just wondering if you ended up picking up a weighted vest that you liked.
No, I'm fine.
Oh, you're good? What makes you not want the weighted vest anymore, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, what's this for?
If you had any questions, I can help you kind of guide you on the right weight, anything like that.
The only problem I see is that you buy one and it's only 15 pounds and you can't add on to it.
Well, what I can do for you, John, is I can give you a discount code of 50%, and you can use that for as many times as you want. It would really mean the world to me because, you know, we're a new company and I'd love to be able to see your experience with the product.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what weight though.
So like I'm 200 pounds, I have a 20 pound, that's when I started, and I worked my way up to 35. If you don't mind me asking, what were you looking to do with the weighted vest? Do you do like any cardio, stuff like that?
Keeping the
combination of both and walking.
Walking. Yeah, I'll send that to you tonight, okay? I appreciate your time.
You bet. Thanks, man.
Thank you, man.
Woo! I love this. Give me your take on this. What did you think of this when you flagged it?
This isn't his first video he's posted about this.
He does this regularly?
He does this regularly all the time. And it's amazing. He's just like, yeah, what's up? I'm the owner of this. Why did you abandon? Let's talk about it. And then he'll basically give them a discount code live and he'll just record it. It's unbelievable. I love the energy that he is, rocking and rolling with this. And it's sweet. More founders need to do this.
His name is Kasra Moradi. And I am following him right now. And I'm going to tell him that we're covering this on the show. Yeah, go ahead and turn that off, Jack. I'm going to tell him that we're covering this on the show. We're covering this now. Come on the show and talk about it because I think this is a great idea. I will say marketers tend to hate cold calls. And so I know they're going to be hesitant to engage in this themselves, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not scary. It'll be all right. And I have felt it myself. Okay. When I took a very sales forward position, I had to cold call and it's like, oh gosh, it is a skill. It is a real skill.
Yeah.
People who are down on salesmen who cold call and DM, they're, mock them, make fun of them, etc. It is a skill. It is not an easy skill, but if you can learn it, acquire it, build up that tough layer of skin, to not get hurt or offended. I mean, you can make a lot of money doing this.
Absolutely. Yeah, and call your existing customers too, and then just clip all that.
That is a great. I love that. I love that. Why not cold call your abandoned carts? How does he get the numbers? I guess they insert it into the abandoned. Yeah,
it's in the abandoned cart.
It's in the abandoned cart.
Chris, are we in 2008? We're getting phone numbers with abandoned carts.
Come on. I guess so. We're getting everybody's info. We're getting all the info.
Come on.
We know what they had for dinner last night. I'm kidding.
Exactly.
All right, next video here. How about our boy Gary V rocking the DadGang strong? Okay.
See it.
Our boy Bart reposted a video from Gary V here. I'd love to hear this, Jack. We got to hear what the one and only Gary V has to say.
It's for all the dads out there. I fuck with you.
Oh yeah.
For all the dads out there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
fuck with you.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Punk rock Gary V rocking his dad gang strong. You know, I love what Bart has done, and they physically capture a cultural moment. Dads are more engaged than ever. There's studies on this.
Yep.
Millennial dads, let's call them younger Gen X dads too, probably Gary V's slice of the pie. Dads are more engaged than ever in 2026, much more than they were in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, etc. Much more engaged now. And DadGang is a physical representation that allows dads to be hyped about being a dad. It's so good and so well executed, and they've even got it here on Gary V. And Bart's been on the show. You know, he said they'd never send these things out, and they hardly ever do partnerships and such. This is all organic.
Bart, clip this, run this as an ad. Run this as an ad. Clip it, run it as an ad.
I bet Gary V will be down.
Yeah, come on.
I bet Gary V will be down.
He loves it. Come on.
He loves it. He loves it. I mean, if whoever wants to put his face out there more so that he can close accounts like Ford, to work with VaynerMedia, I think he's down. So
done.
He's probably with it.
Let's go.
Good on Gary V and good on Bart. Coinbase layoffs, but that's not the real story here that I want to cover. Unfortunate for those that are getting laid off. The real story that I want to cover is the AI native one-man teams that Brian Armstrong is describing here. Okay, this is what he's talking about, how that they are transitioning to. And we've been talking about this. One-man brand, one-man marketing team, Superman marketer, how marketers are going to be managing agents in the future, not people. And Coinbase taking the plunge. This tweet comes to us from Brian Armstrong himself. I'll read a little bit of this, but then I really want to focus on the one-person AI-enabled teams that he is describing. Team, today I've made the difficult decision to reduce the size of Coinbase by about 14%. I want to walk you through why we're doing this now, what it means for those affected. Two forces converging at the same time. We need to be front-footed to respond to both. First, the market. Coinbase is well capitalized, has diversified revenue, blah, blah, blah. Second, AI is changing how we work. Over the past year, I've watched engineers use AI to ship in days what used to take a team weeks. Non-technical teams are now shipping production code, and many of our workflows are being automated. The pace of what's possible with a small, focused team has changed dramatically, and it's accelerating every day. Scrolling down, what this means, we're not just reducing headcount and cutting costs, we're fundamentally changing how we operate, rebuilding Coinbase as an intelligence with humans around the edge, aligning it. What does this mean in practice? Fewer layers, faster decisions. We are flattening our org structure to 5 layers max below CEO, COO. Layers slow things down and create coordination tasks. Future is small, high context teams that can move quickly. No pure managers. How about that? No pure managers. Every leader at Coinbase must also be a strong, active individual contributor. Managers should be like player coaches, getting their hands dirty alongside their teams. AI native pods will be concentrating around AI native talent who can manage fleets of agents. Hello. We'll be concentrating around AI native talent who can manage fleets of agents to drive outsized impact. We'll also be experimenting with reduced pod sizes, including one-person teams with engineers, designers, and product managers all in one role. I say again, one-person teams, engineers, designers, and product managers all in one role. In short, AI is bringing a profound shift in how companies operate, and we're reshaping Coinbase to lead in this new era. Now, next tweet from Polymarket summarizes all of this. Just in Coinbase to test AI native one-person teams that combine engineering, design, and product roles. Now, is this relevant for e-commerce? Yes, absolutely it is. Ecomm, D2C is always tech adjacent. It's tech connected. Everything that we do in e-commerce is related to the developing tech on the interwebs, on the internet, etc. Whatever happens there is surely to affect and come over here. And this is something that we have talked about. at considerable length on the show that is now showing up in a very real way. I would say in a tangible way. Coinbase moving to one-person teams and flattening their structure. No more than 5 layers, no pure managers, etc. Give me your thoughts on this, Colin. I know we've talked about this before, but now we see it actually happening. I think my take is I think this leads to more very definite employed teams in this way over in our world as well. Not just an accidental, like one-man marketing team, for example, but an actual purposeful, no, we want a marketer that is using agents to do X, X, and X. Your thoughts?
This is the next step for all companies to kind of undertake. Unfortunately, we will see this with multiple tech companies, and then it'll sprinkle outside of tech. And tech is going to be the pioneer, the first one into the bet on all of this. But this is the trend that's going to continue to sprinkle out throughout the rest of the industry and the rest of the world. The world is going to ask of you, we want smaller teams, and we want those teams armed with agents, with AI to maximize and be incredible. We don't need massive orgs anymore. We need a small subset of just crushers that are armed to the teeth with AI. What is interesting about this is that he announced this and it broke our thesis where if you say that layoffs are now correlated to AI, stock go up. The issue is stock went down.
Did it really?
It went down over 3% on the news. So I don't know what's going to happen now as a result of this, if this is just maybe a one-time thing, but the stock market does not like this. And I don't know why.
Is this just like an exception to the crypto world? That's interesting. I would have thought for sure we're going up, baby.
Yeah, stock
go up. We're laying people off, and we said AI. I would have thought for sure we're going up.
Didn't happen.
Apparently not. Interesting. I will say one to watch. And like Cody Schneider told us weeks ago when he was on the show, if you can be the person that can come to a company like this and say, here's my fleet of teams, here's my fleet of agents that operate in this way, you become the most valuable person in the room and you become an instant hire.
Absolutely.
So it's something to watch. Absolutely. Now, as we round out our lightning round of stories, Create Gummies, there was a complaint made public about the Autoship that is happening with them. And I think this is great to bring up here because what's taking place is that, again, our good friend Dan McCormick is publicly on the timeline addressing issues, and it's a win for him. That's my take. We'll get your take as we step into this, but I want to read this and scroll through some of this convo. I actually saw the original tweet on this a few days ago. Jamie Quint, see if you can scroll up, Jack, and show us more of this convo. He initially tweeted this, 20 hours ago. It's just yesterday. Wanted to try Create _co. Tried the product and liked it. Reordered once on my own. Then got hit with an auto shipment from some click-through default subscription dark pattern BS. And now F them forever. Pretty strong. Strong language here. Strong. For Jamie's fired up. He said, F them forever. Never ordering from them again, and neither should you. Wow. Jamie, strong words here. He is general partner at Uncommon Capital. Strong words from Jamie. Dan follows up here. Hi, Jamie. Thanks for the comment. Couple of thoughts. One, on landing pages that only offer subscriptions, the buy box makes that, in my opinion, very clear. See below. At checkout, you are required to actively check a box acknowledging you have a subscription in your cart. See below. Also at checkout, it clearly states multiple times it is a subscription. It also notes you're getting a subscription discount and free shipping. See below. You received an upcoming order notification 2 days prior to your subscription recurring email. The subject line of that email is, keep your momentum. Your next Create order is coming up. Our records indicate you did not open the email, but that it was sent. Number 5, you are able to self-serve manage your subscription at any time on our website or via our customer service team. I understand the frustration, generally speaking here, but would like to better understand would like better understanding how we could have better communicated this to you during and after the purchasing process. Thanks! Exclamation point. Very positive. Very positive. And then you can go through these slides here. I think Dan's point is true. I mean, on all of these slides, I see clear indication. Yes, this is subscription. You're getting a sub ship discount code. You do have to click yes, this is a subscription. I mean, it seems to me that in all of these places, it is verifiably there. Yes, this is a subscription. Am I crazy?
There's a massive, 2 words right there that say subscribe and save. That's checked when you add to the bag. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the consumer right now, where I don't know where they're just trying to pick fights with some consumer brands. But Dan is totally not in the wrong here. This is clearly stated multiple times throughout the checkout experience, and he was nice enough and refunded Dan as well. He refunded what was the guy's name? Jamie. He refunded Jamie fully and said, I hope he likes his refund, and no problem here. And Dan's winning with this because this is all earned media for him. There's over 100,000 views on that, on his response alone. And you see that he is just fully in this brand, operating, rocking and rolling, trying to build the generational company that he is going to build. And I don't think anyone's going to stop him from that.
I don't think so. And I just want to say on Twitter, okay, maybe on other platforms, not necessary, but on X, I should say, I think it's the right move. It's the right move. If you have a founder who is actually active on their account, etc., you have some kind of kerfuffle that takes place on the timeline. Why not positively engage and talk? If we scroll down here a little more, of course, Jamie has more to say. Jamie says much less clear on mobile. And then he shares his screenshot. I will say on his screenshot, it does say auto ship and save 20%. Okay. So I think it's still clear. Jamie says, for what it's worth, as someone who did growth marketing for over a decade, I'm sure you make more money this way. I just think it is a poo-poo way to do business. Is what he says. I'm substituting some words here. Dan engages again. What would you need to see in the experience to change your mind? In my mind, we have clear messaging in the cart, clear messaging at the buy box. Clearly, you're getting a discount and free shipping for opting into Autoship. He lays out a number of points. Checkout page says subscription 3 times and recurring total all above the fold. Jamie again, hey, look, I understand where you're coming from. When people think they're just checking out for a product, they go into button clicking mode very quickly. They don't read fine print, et cetera, et cetera. I will say in the comments, other people are chiming in and saying, looks pretty clear on my end. Ashvin Melwani of Obvi looks pretty clear. Some people feel the other way around, but I would just say, as far as I'm concerned, the subscribe and save, pretty self-explanatory. The auto ship, pretty self-explanatory. The discount code, pretty self-explanatory. The checkbox, pretty self-explanatory. I don't see any dark deceptive tricks here.
No, absolutely not. It's at some point we have to just start saying to the consumer, hey, you just have to be smarter about shopping and know what you're actually buying. And so I don't know. I don't know how we change our fundamentals to make sure that every customer is 100% happy all the time. I mean, Dan could maybe call every single customer that purchases and then lets them know just from him and say, hey, by the way, you're on a subscription. And maybe he could do that. Maybe that's the solution here. Is Dan will take every hour out of his day, not focus on the business, and actually just call every single customer all the time and make sure, hey, by the way, you're on a subscription. Oh, I know that. Okay, cool. One guy was really upset. Click.
Something to think about, Dan.
Something to think about.
But
something to think about.
I think on X, I do think this is a great path. Hey, positively engage, play the customer service role. Hey, here's what I see. did this deceive you? Oh, hey, no problem. Give you your money back. But just to point out, like here, and here is where we delineate that, et cetera. And I think it's an ultimate win. I think it's an ultimate win on,
For sure.
on Dan's behalf. Now, best of the rest as we wrap up today's stories. But before we get to them, let's talk about incense. Ladies and gentlemen, don't we all want better ads? Yeah, we do. We do. And we'd love actual humans to be involved, creators who are good at what they do. But process so disjointed, hard finding the right creators, manually negotiating usage rights, etc. Incense is the all-in-one UGC and influencer marketing platform that actually makes creative scalable. All in one place, vetted creator marketplace, not just you finding people, but them applying to you. Automated influencer outreach, built-in campaign management, get content as little as 14 days, much better than just finding a rando TikTok and hoping it changes the trajectory of your business. They have just released the UGC Playbook 2.0. Get it at the URL scrolling across the screen. It's going to tell you why the era of Andromeda is a good thing and what the path forward is. It's modular UGC. Go to incense.pro, test drive this platform for free. Many thanks for Incense being part of the show. Now, best of the rest, crucial items that operators, founders in our space must know. McDonald's ends self-service soda. A little bit of a sad moment for me. McDonald's ends self-service soda. I don't know if this particularly means free refills are gone away. It may mean that, but their take is that these restaurants are now designed mainly not for going in and eating, but mainly for ordering to your house, to your casa, and for the drive-through. And in that vein, it's no longer profitable to send employees around the desk to go get a drink, to maintain, et cetera, et cetera. We just bring all that behind the desk and, get everybody's DoorDashes ready to go. It's a little sad for me just because I have so many memories of going there and, getting my $1 sausage biscuit and then mixing the sodas. We called that a suicide. It's kind of a negative word, but we would, mix up the sodas, get my drink and It is always a happy time. Go to McDonald's, play in the playground, all of the things, but we live in a new world. Your thoughts on this? A little sad for me.
Sad. It's a sad time. And just give us the refills. Give us the free refills, McDonald's. Come on. Let us keep the free refills, and you can keep it behind. You can keep it behind them.
I hope the free refills are not gone, but I
think they're gone.
It's up in the air for me. I mean, if they're behind the desk, I don't know if I can do the Chick-fil-A thing where I go up, like, hey, a little more drink here. Oh, my pleasure. Let me get that for you. You want some more ice? You want a new lid? New straw? Do you like some more Chick-fil-A sauce? I don't know.
Let us pump up your tires. It's all good.
I don't know if McDonald's is going to take the Chick-fil-A approach, but we shall see what happens. Secondly, Meta Glasses, day in the life content machine. Okay, this tweet comes to us from Bogey Bando. This guy is recreating, retooling golf driving ranges all over the country. Okay.
I love this.
And his golf ranges are called Golf Ranch. Okay. It's approachable. You don't have to be a member of a country club. It's like a different form of Top Golf that's more approachable, I think cheaper. And he's road showing it and transforming all these old golf ranges. He is saying here, I bought Meta Glasses for our golf maintenance team. Content is flowing. Video quality is shockingly good. And you can see them like changing out the balls, doing the things. I think that for brand founders, operators inside of our space, small business owners, if you do like anything interesting in your day, even if it doesn't seem interesting to you, making tacos, whatever it is, something associated with your brand, just throwing on Meta Glasses, I think big unlock. It maybe not even throwing them on you, just throwing them on your employees and saying, get a little content while you do this thing. I think goated POV opportunity for more content for the socials and all the things. I had not thought of this.
Absolutely incredible. I love this, and I love covering this piece of content as you're going through your just daily day with the golf course. I used to work on a golf course, and I had to drive that exact machine.
Did you really?
And it is so fun to drive, but what ends up happening is you're clearing the golf balls out on the driving range while members are still there. And then
Aiming at you.
You basically turn into a moving target.
Yeah, you do.
And if you want to record one of the scariest moments of your life is throw meta glasses when one of those balls hits the car, because it sounds like a thunderclap has just hit your car. And that would be some crazy cool content that I think the caddies of these world, the former caddies of these world, would really appreciate. It's super fun.
There's also, I will just say, a kind of content on YouTube that people need to wake up to if they're not aware of it. A like kind of a slow content type thing
Just
that I have
chilling.
recently discovered. It's very chill. It's like
Vibes.
people making their beignets in the bakery. It's like getting my Swedish bakery ready at 5 a.m. And it's like, it's just like a video. It's like a very chill video of them like getting their day going. And for whatever reason, it's like uber relaxing for me.
Yeah.
People setting up their tent to go, go camping in the back country of Australia. I mean, it's all this kind of like slow living, slow content, whatever. There's opportunity here. I don't know if it's pick and pack. I don't know if pick and pack is going to be the same if you work at a 3PL or if you're an e-com brand, but there's got to be like some kind of content element that I think people should think about and throw on some meta glasses to create and test out.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
I think so. Last couple of stories here. New baby tech unlocked. I think this product specifically is going to blow up. Jack, if you have this, please bring it up for us. Yes, look at this thing. Okay, lay baby down on this massive pillow. Okay, set 2 hands on top. Now, look at that hand start to just batter the rump there and help baby go to sleep. Okay, set baby down on pillow, wrap arms of the giant animal pillow around baby to hold it in place. And then one of the fingers gives the baby the pat on the back to help it go to sleep. Have you ever seen something like this?
Chris, what's the price point of this? What are we talking here?
Oh man, I think you could easily sell it for $100 at least, maybe 150. 2?
Probably 2.
I bet you could sell it for 2.
This would rip. And also all the content would be amazing for this, because you could just make all these little character guys of these little, I don't know what you even call this, like a padding pillow. I don't know.
I think that I think we need to as long as Oliver at Bustum doesn't get us in trouble, we need to rip this idea. This is a great idea. I don't know what brand this is. I don't know who made this. I don't know where it is on the internet, but this product is such a good idea.
It is. Yeah, this is fun. And it's super visual too, which is really important now.
Visual. And you can take videos of your sleeping kid. I mean, it's like a dream for a new mom and a new dad.
Yeah. Get a little break.
Great idea.
Great idea.
Mama takes a rest. I think there's something there. Last story of the day. New chapter for our man, Nate Lagos, former CMO of Original Grain, now former CMO of Adapt Naturals. Nate says this: my midlife reorg is officially complete, and it required some big changes. I'm stepping down as CMO for a little while. I built a great new internal team at Adapt, and I'm sticking around to hire and onboard my replacement, so I'm confident they can continue to cruise on without me. I want to spend my time working on the part of ecom marketing that I first fell in love with, the part that I've gotten really good at, and the part that I've seen as a CMO drive more incremental, profitable revenue for Adapt, Original Grain, and every other brand I've done it for than any other tactic. That's my approach to performance copywriting and creative agency. I'm now accepting clients who are spending more than $250K per month on ads and are ready to start leveling up their messaging and performance creative starting on June 1st. Hit me up if you want to learn more. My past employer has already signed up to be my first client. Pretty crazy. And I'm capping my client roster for the summer. So DM me if you want to be one of the next 2. I'm finally building a brand that I own 100% of. Shooting Doubles is on pace for its first 100K month. Pretty goated. So I'm pumped to dig into that, and we'll use all the money I make copywriting to continue to bootstrap this thing. But as you all know, physical product companies are super cash intensive. So I need client work still. Laugh out loud. It's scary venturing out on my own, but I'm very excited to write this new chapter. Congratulations to our friend Nate Lagos. He does say in the comments that he has gone full dark side in that he is launching a copywriting and creative strategy for ads offer. What I would say is, Nate, it's okay, brother. It's okay. It's okay. You know, there's two sides to the force. And I will say again, there is a reason why I believe we are the most positive show in e-commerce on agencies and software. It's because you need a three-legged stool for that thing to stand. And
Yes.
Agencies, software, offerings, all crucial and needed. They are not the bad guys. They are not the Sith. They are a crucial part of this whole ecosystem standing up. And I applaud this new chapter for our friend Nate and what he is doing. And also will be very cool to see Shooting Doubles continue to grow. Colin, your thoughts?
We got to have Nate back on the show to give us that update on Shooting Doubles. We had him on the show previously when he was barely getting out the door with it.
Yeah.
We need to revisit. We need to revisit on what worked.
You know, he may or may not be signed up for next Monday. I can neither confirm nor deny, but he may be coming on the show.
Let's go.
Monday. We shall see. Many thanks to Incense Seguno, Postscript, Rocked After Sell, and Axon by App11 for making this show possible. Many thanks for Jack Kavanagh coming on the show, talking about his new brand, Rich and Happy. That's exciting. That's exciting. And what he is doing in 2026. And many thanks to James Borow of Universal Ads. I totally think, again, I shall reiterate, this is going to be one of the stories of the year. Or maybe it's next year by the time people catch on. But TV is back. Many thanks for him coming on the show. Colin, we will give you the last word before we get out of here. What would you say to our trusted listeners and watchers today?
You should create more than you consume.
Create more than you consume. And perhaps create on TV. No minimums. Get you some ad credits. It could be that we will debut our first Ecomm Cowboy commercial. How about that?
It's true.
You want to see that?
Let's do it.
I want to do it too. We'll talk with James. We will get it up. Thanks for joining us. We will see you tomorrow. Catch you on the other side.